Welcome to Glory Days Gaming, where we bring football's golden era back to life. Today we're taking Sheffield Wednesday in 1997 and trying to take them all the way back to glory in Championship Manager 97-98. Can the Owls rise again? Let's see. So, I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, unfortunately. My sins. And as you can know, we are not in a good place at the moment. But back in 1997, we were quite an established Premier League team. And we were regularly challenging in the top of the table, getting to cup finals, even winning the cup in the early 90s, playing in Europe. So a long way away from where we are now. So really, so let's have a look at this Sheffield Wednesday squad and see where we are at the start of this 97-98 season. What do you remember about this game, guys? I remember obviously it being quite addictive. I was 16 at the time when this came out. Many an hour playing this up until God knows what time in the morning. It was actually a fantastic game, so addictive. I think this was the one that sort of made the biggest leap sort of forward in the series. And it was a really well put together game, and we all know about those fantastic wonder kids, which we always try and avoid signing, but it's very difficult not to, isn't it? To be honest, I don't think I'm going to avoid it either. It just makes it more and more interesting, doesn't it? So cool. Let's jump in. Let's have a look at the squad at the moment in time. So what have we got? So let's have a look. Keepers wise, big Kevin Pressman. Yeah, I remember him obviously. Yeah, as a big lad, shall we just say. Looking through the defence, big names. Des Walker, obviously there, England's international. We've also got, who else in there? Peter Rudy, who's Norwegian. He's down as a central midfielder. I was remembering more as a wide player, to be honest. We've got the enigmatic Paolo Di Canio, who's my favourite player at the time. Absolutely fantastic. Such a maverick when he wasn't pushing referees over. We've got his compatriot in Benny Carbone as well. He was another great player for Sheffield Wednesday. David Hurst, unfortunately, was just coming towards the end of his sort of career at Wednesday at this time. Injuries had really sort of done him in, but so we've got a okay squad. This is the time when our squad was now starting to be a little bit on the decline, and obviously in 3 seasons time we were relegated from the Premier League, never to return. So looking at that, we've got a little bit of cover at right back, a bit of cover at left back. I think we're quite sort of weak in that area. Got Ian Nolan, who maybe can play there. So we're not looking too healthy, to be honest. Midfield wise, okay. Strikers, Hurst, Humphreys, Booth. Are we going to get enough goals there? Guy Whittingham. I've depressed myself now, actually. I was just looking at this squad because it wasn't the best. Like I say, I think we were generally on the way down. So let's have a look at the info. Obviously, it's Hillsborough Stadium, as it was then, with a capacity of 40,000. Look at finance. We've got £7.5 million in the bank at the moment in time, so not too bad. Sort of say going sort of through the history of the club, which really isn't anything in here. Obviously we were sort of quite a proud team, one of the big clubs in the country. So let's have a look at the Premier League. Who's in the Premier League in this season? So let's jump in. Let's look at the league table. So you've got usual suspects, obviously Arsenal's, your Villas. Oh yeah, Barnsley. This was Barnsley's only season in the Premier League, wasn't it? Under Danny Wilson. The Samba Boys, I think as they were called at the time as well. You've got your Blackburns, Boltons, Chelsea, when the old Chelsea, probably mid-table mediocrity Chelsea, not compared to where they are now. Coventry were in there, Palace, Derby, Everton, Leeds, Leicester. Bottom section. What else we got? Leicester, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle ourselves, Southampton, Spurs, West Ham, and the old Wimbledon as well. I say the old Wimbledon, obviously the Wimbledon now is back in League One at this time of recording, so good to see them on the rise again. So obviously we've got there Premier League, League Cup and FA Cup we'll be participating in for this season. So obviously just looking at the squad, I'm just going to start sort of moving a few sort of players around. I don't imagine Ryan Mason will be bothering us, so we're going to stick him on the list as well. Who else is there? Nicholson, Briscoe, they're not too bad. Stefanovic, Walker, Newsom, Atherton, Haslam. Get rid of Steve Nicol. He's getting on a bit now. He's probably not going to be able to. Days of yore, he was probably a very good player. Was obviously spent most of his career at Liverpool. Yeah, for us, he's 35. He's getting on a bit. Wayne Collins was truly an awful player for Sheffield Wednesday. Although his stats aren't too bad, to be honest. Might sort of look at him and see how it goes. I remember we signed him. I think it was from Crewe. Yeah, he had pretty much one decent season at Crewe, and then for some reason we signed him. But this is the problem. We sort of started to sign players who were nowhere near good enough to play at this level. Adam Porrick again was another one who wasn't the best. Again, I'm going to move him on. Who else we got in there? Let's have a look. So I think we're really building the team around Carbone and Canio. Mark Platts was a very highly rated young player, so I'm going to put him up for loan. Actually, let's put him out there and get him some experience. Who else we got? Carbone. Scott Oakes again, another one who just his stats are really good though. Again, dribbling 20, flair 18, creativity 17. My word, this wasn't the Scott Oakes that I watched at Sheffield Wednesday. Okay, maybe we need to give him a bit of a go. I don't know who this is. Never even heard of Stephen Pass. But yeah, unfortunately, Stephen, you are on your way out. I can't see you troubling my first 11. Humphreys, O'Neill, Donaldson can go as well. Again, not bad stats, to be honest. Injury proneness of 20 though, so that is definitely a red marker. So let's get rid of him as well. It's good to sort of start clean. That's what I always like to do, mate. I like to go through my squad, list the players who I don't really want, and then sort of roughly then where your gaps are. So I think if I sort of maybe trying to hang on, this is how you do it, don't you? I'm trying to remember now. So Pressman in goal. Patrick Blondeau is a French international right back. I think we had. Yeah, he cost us quite a bit of money, but turned out to not be able to settle in English football. Ian Nolan left back. Not really. Oh, that's better Rudy. David, look at the right player, please. There you go, Ian Nolan. I thought his tackling was a bit down. Okay. So maybe put Nolan at left back for now. Which probably means we don't need Nicholson and Briscoe. Nicholson's a young lad. He's quite highly rated from him. But he never sort of quite went on to fulfill his sort of potential. He was a young England international in the youth ranks. Lee Briscoe, again, was another one who sort of had some promise, but sort of his career faded away, shall we say. Steve Haslam was another one. Again, England youth international. Again, I'm going to get him out on loan. He's not really probably going to feature much. And then Richie Humphreys was another one as well. Oh, that's David Hurst, David. But yeah, if you look at Hursty, obviously before the injuries hit around the 92, 93, yeah, he was just starting to go and find. That's when he won the England caps, and obviously was tipped to be Alan Shearer's partner for England. Manchester United wanted him for around about £5 million, I think, in the early Fergie days, around this sort of 92 period. But yeah, 24-18, yeah, and then it 1-2. That's the season he got injured, thanks Steve Bold. You can see he never really sort of got back. 13-30 wasn't too bad, but yeah, he just wasn't quite the same player again. And look, he was only 29 years old, which is such a shame. Yeah, obviously got Richie Humphreys there as well, young striker. We keep him around at the moment in time. Might move Guy Whittingham on, to be honest. I just don't see him featuring at this moment in time. He's 32 as well, so good to get some of these players probably off the wage books, because I bet he's on a decent wage, £5,000, which probably in those days was a decent was a decent wage as well. So cool. So I think looking around, so looking at match tactics, let's just look at this then. So if I just pick the team then, so 4 for me was always a midfielder. So at the moment in time, I'll probably put Peter Rudy in there. 5 centre half, I'm going to put Stefanovic, and Des Walker to partner him at the back. 7 for me was always a right midfielder, so maybe we go traditional 4-4-2. So I am going to go with the Canio, and then I'm going to go with Pembridge on the left, I always like Mark Pembridge. I know I don't think he was that popular at Sheffield Wednesday, to be honest. I'm going to put Hursty at 9 still. Maybe try and get something out of him. Boothie at 10. It was always a good foil, target man. And then the number 8, I'm going to give Benny Carbone. Cool. Okay. So we'll play a bit of an interesting sort of formation here to sort of get those players in. Swap Walker and Rudy. See, it's all coming back to me now. How you do it? Pembridge on the left, on the right. Carbone. Yeah, I've got to change the formation, haven't I? Yeah, that's the one. So Carbone to the right. Hursty slightly to the left. Walker, Rudy. There we go. Cool. All right. So looking at that squad, really, I do think we need to bring in another. I think a central midfielder is probably a player that's pretty vital. Probably where I might actually go is sort of maybe play more of a this type of formation. I think. Maybe go with that actually. Is it right click? Yeah, I thought it was. And then yeah, your fullback's pushing forward. But yeah, I do think we need to strengthen this area. To be honest, I don't think that we're really that strong. Pembridge on corners, Hursty on penalties, and Darrett free kicks. We want to play passing style, which is good. Okay, so looking at the team, yeah, I think there's quite a few areas that we need to sort of strengthen. Probably, I think target number 1 should be looking to bring in a midfielder. So let's dive in to the transfer market. Let's see what's out there. Okay, cool. So if I go into search, so you can see Alan Shearer there, 40 million. I think was this the season he just moved? I think he'd been there a season. Cost £15 million, didn't he, Shearer? Yeah. Look at that, 25 in 31, unbelievable. 31 in 35, 34 in 42. And to be honest, without sounding old, Haaland's stats are fantastic, but Alan Shearer's were absolutely unbelievable. Alan Shearer for me was doing it in an era where there were better defenders around than there is nowadays. Now that might be me sounding a bit old, but to be honest, I think Shearer was as good, if not better, than Haaland. Shearer could do everything, left foot, right foot, heading. He was quick as well before all the injuries. And around this time, he started to sort of pick up these bad injuries, but the fact of his numbers carried on sort of getting so high was absolutely unbelievable. Probably should have scored more goals for England, to be honest. Probably one slight criticism of him through the years. So have a look, David Beckham. There we go, quite a young lad, yeah, only 9 caps and stuff. His stats are probably not as high as he probably should be. But yeah, I think he'd only sort of been in around the team a season or two now, yeah. So it's a couple of seasons. In there. Who else we got? Giggsy, stalwart, 23. Unbelievable, isn't it? 23 years old then. Pace 17. I thought that'd be nearer 20. Dribbling 19. Yeah, obviously Giggsy was a massive and established star at that time. We've got York, Fowler, Giggs, Bergkamp as well. Dennis. Clicked on Scalzi. Scalzi was quality as well, wasn't it? But yeah, Dennis Bergkamp. Yeah, look at that. Technique 20, creativity 20. Passing 20, unbelievable player, absolutely phenomenal player. Yeah, had quite a tough time at Inter because if you look at his record at Ajax before, it was absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, Leonardson, Liverpool, yes, went from Wimbledon, didn't he? Canio, Heskey, Aspria, Steve Stone, yeah, another one. Georgie Kinkladze, I used to love Georgie Kinkladze. Little magician, little Georgian magician, left foot, very small. Look at that, 20 technique, 20 passing. 20 dribbling. Ooh. Should we splash all our money on him? Okay, cool. Anyway, right, let's go into search. And we need to look at position. And central. Should we look at transfer lists? Because they're more likely to come at this race. Let's see what's out there at the moment. Oh, hang on. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, and then search. There we go. So what we got? Oh, okay, not really much out there that's transfer listed, so maybe let's take that off. Was there anything on here now in regards to if they were interested in coming to? Oh, God, I pressed the wrong button again. Whether they were interested in coming to or not? I don't think it was there? So let's have a look. Lee Clark. is an interesting one. He'd come through obviously and just moved to Sunderland, so he's probably not going to be available. In fact, they were in the league below, weren't they, as well? So that was interesting. But yeah, I think we're looking more for to be honest, more of a ball-winning midfielder, a Vieira type. You know, we're not going to probably get him, obviously. Batty, Newcastle, McAteer, Johnson, yeah, Gary Neville. Oh right, he must be able to cover there. Dennis White, Hopkins, Draper, Bowyer, Billy McKinley, Merson, Latisse. Neil Lennon might be one. Let's have a look at Neil Lennon. He always struck me as quite a battler, and maybe we've got a good chance of potentially getting him. So I'm going to look at that one. I think he's got all the influence 19, determination, aggression, stamina, tackling. Yeah, I quite like the look of Neil Lennon. Let's see if we potentially can get that. Oh, right, okay. He's not for sale at any price. All right, fair enough. What else is there? Let's have a look. Going through here. Rob Lee, Tim Sherwood. Tim Sherwood's another one as well. I think he'll probably fit that mould. Blackburn were a little bit on the wane by here, weren't they? Because they won the league here, and then they've had a couple of sort of more mediocre times. Sherwood's not for sale at any price. Christian Daly, Jody Morris, Hal Berkovich. We're not the type of strikers that we need to. Maybe we need to look at skills, and we're looking for someone who is a tackler. So someone, I would say, probably looking about that. We're looking for someone who is aggressive. I'll put that up to about 15. We are looking for someone who is got good stamina and strength, because we need him to get around the middle of the park. Up to 15. And I think they're sort of the key aspects that we're looking for. Someone who's aggressive, good stamina, good strength, and a bit of a ball winner, really. So, yeah, let's have a look, see if, who comes back on that one. Neil Lennon, unfortunately. Patrick Berger, that's an interesting one. I never would have thought Patrick Berger. Division 2, Mark Ford, 3 million. That's an outlier, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, see, I was just about to say Leeds United, isn't it? Yeah, he might be one to sort of potentially keep an eye on. So I'm going to add into my shortlist for now. See how he gets on at Burnley this year. There's an interesting one. Ray Parlour, Tim Sherwood, we looked at obviously. Eddie Newton. I always liked Eddie Newton. He just struggled with injuries. How many games he played recently? 15, 24. Yeah, Eddie Newton might be someone potentially. Technique of 3 though, it's probably a bit too low. I know I said I wanted them to just be mainly ball winners, but still you want them to be able to handle a football. Rob Lee, Christian Daly, definitely Berkovich isn't probably the type of one we're looking for. Keown, Tommy Widdrington. He was at Southampton, wasn't he? Tony Thorpe, Scott Gemmell, Danny Murphy, Gary Flitcroft. Now he was Manchester City, wasn't he, as a younger player? Yeah. In and out at Blackburn by the look of it. Determination 20, stamina, influence 16, strength, tackling. He could potentially be one. I'm just going to add him to the shortlist for now. Eric Tinkler, he was the South African international, wasn't he? Clicking Steve Storm. I'm going to have to get better at clicking on these. Yeah, he was a South African international. They did really well to get him, to be honest. Quite like the look of him. He might be one, to be honest. He's got good stats. Yeah. I know what they're going to say. They're going to say he's not available. Yeah, not for sale at any price. But I'm going to add him to the shortlist because Barnsley obviously get relegated this season. He might be a player we end up trying to pick up at the end of the year. Alfie Haaland, Roy Keane's best mate. Again, he's got very good stats. Was he at Forest before Leeds? Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Johnny just signed, so again, he's not going to really be for sale at this moment in time. Ian Taylor, Tony Grant, John Parkinson, Neil. Yeah, now we're starting to sort of get down to the not quite scraping the barrel. But players maybe who aren't going to make us any better than what we've currently got at this moment in time. Okay. let's look at players released. Is anybody decent in here? I recognise Paul Heckingbottom, who went on to play for Sheffield Wednesday later on in life. Don't imagine there's going to be much quality in here after they've been released. Now, they're all from the sort of a lower league. Esteban Cambiasso, 16 years old, Argentinian under 21, being released. Ooh, wow, maybe we'll take a punt on him. We all know what he went on to do. I guess that's the thing. But with his age, if I remember rightly on this game, that does grow as the years go by. I think they sort of saw 16-year-olds as little weaklings that wouldn't be able to sort of handle themselves. Yeah, I might make a little move for him. Okay, cool. See how that goes. Have a look at these Barcelona players. Keeper. Doesn't look bad. Shot stopping, good positioning, rushing out. Adaptability aerial. Okay, cool. Again, I think, to be honest, I think with he's not a priority position for us. I'm okay with Pressman. I'm all right with Matt Clark as backup. Left midfielders. Again, it's not a priority position, but I'll stick both of these on the shortlist, I think, actually. So at least then we'll know if there's anyone who's making a move for them. So I'll put him on the shortlist as well. Cool. Okay. Let's jump back in. Alright. Yeah, so looking at this then, I think that is that midfielder that we really do want to bring in. Obviously we've made a few inquiries. So let's move on. Oh! Well, I'd rather not let you go, Benny, to be honest. Benito Carbone. Can we click on you from here? No, I can't. Fact file. There it is. 25, technique 17. Well, that's creativity, adaptability. Had a really good first season at the club. Yeah, because he played sort of right wing, to be honest. And then later on, he sort of moved more into a forward area. Villa's after him, wants to move to a bigger club, 7 million. Potentially, we could get some decent money for him. And then maybe look to bring in. So, yeah, you know what? Benny, you don't want to be here. If I remember rightly, you kicked up a real fuss and wanted to leave. So, yes, there you go. Okay, Cambiasso decided he's interested in a move to the club. He is. He wants £1,000 a week. The club's budget allows up to 31. Okay, 2023. That's a 6-year deal. Wow. He's committed. He wants a win bonus and no clauses. I'm happy with that. I think he's definitely someone who you could work with going forward. Cool. Signing number 1 is through the door. Current Argentina under-21 star Esteban Cambiasso, who we know obviously went on to play for Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Leicester City as well, I think, towards the end of his career. And was a quality player for Argentina. So, let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. He's through the door. Cool. Got the foreign rule as well, haven't we? Forgot about that. Starting to get some interest in our players as well, especially the ones we've listed for loan, which is good. Okay, cool. So Cambiasso's in. I can't imagine him really playing that much. He's only 16. But again, I think we need to start looking for that midfielder. Maybe we need to just lower these down a little bit. Maybe it'll give us a few more players to come through. David Batty. I don't even think he'd be interested in coming. Let's have a look. Why not? Rejected. Not for sale at any price. Jamie Pollock. I think he was the man who scored that cracking on goal to send Man City down. And then he... Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, no, I'm thinking... I think... Was it Jamie Pollock? It might have been after this, you know. I remember Man City going down. I'm sure it was Jamie Pollock. Look at the stats from Jamie Pollock. Flair of 20. It shows the same Jamie Pollock I remember. Technique of 1. So it's very flary. But technically it's crap. which is a strange one. So he does look like he's just a ratter, doesn't he? To be honest, in there. Osasuna as well. Jimmy Pollock could be an interesting choice. Let's just stick him on the list for now. See how that goes. Let's reset all these. I've got to go out and come back in again. Oh yeah, cracking. Oh well, can't really have a go at it too much, can we? So yeah, let's have a look who's maybe unwanted at the moment in time. So much Heskey at Leicester. Eggerlosenstadt. Heskey was a really wanted man, wasn't he? As a youngster, only 19 years old, he just burst onto the scene at Leicester. Obviously, I know he had his detractors and knockers, but he was very good at what he did. To be fair, he wasn't really ever a goal scorer. He chipped in with, like you say, that's probably about right, isn't it? Sort of a 10, 12, 13 goals a season, but such a fantastic, partner for other strikers. Especially Michael Owen loved playing with him, didn't he, for England, and then obviously Liverpool as well. So, shall we say, player's player? Eggerlosenstadt again came in. I think he saved Southampton one season from going down. It might have even been this season where he's just come in. But why is he already on the list? That's a strange one, isn't it? I just signed him. Oh, by request. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, interesting. One to keep an eye on. But yeah, apart from that. So, we've tried to obviously find players, so it's time to dive in. Find the gem. Svin. Is it Svin then? Svin. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Svindal Larsen. 23 years old, Starbeck. Good stats, very good stats. But trust me, get him through the building and he was absolutely phenomenal. We're going to buy him. We're going to offer what they want because we really want him. Cool. Next, there was... I used to like Martin Lachlan. In fact, let's just go to the whole club because it's... in fact, let's do... Can we search for clubs through this way? There we go. Partick Thistle. Alex Martin was the first one. Striker. 16 years old. Approach to buy. Make offer. He was quality. There was Martin Lachlan. There was Billy McDonald. There you go. And McDonald. Absolutely phenomenal. He can solve the defensive midfielder role. And then there was, as I say, Martin Lachlan as well. And for some reason, Partick Thistle on this had an absolute phenomenal intake of junior players. Obviously, I think I looked him up, and I don't think any of them really went on to apart from just playing in the leagues in Scotland, really went on to do much. So yeah, they were the sort of three that you always wanted to go for. The other lad was Bakayoko Ibrahima Montpellier. Probably a bit too expensive for us at the moment, but if Carbone goes and we get some more money through the door, and he is someone we will probably try and bring in because he will score goals for you. He will get you those 20-odd goals a season, which is obviously really vital. So let's move on. Let's see if we get any of those lads through the door as we're moving through the season. I think we're recruiting for the right areas. We're bringing in younger players as well, which is always good. Makes the land splashing the cash. Okay. Oh, been accepted. Accepted. Why on earth would you not want to come to the mighty Sheffield Wednesday? What are you even contemplating and thinking about. Does the Premier League season start? Away at Southampton on the 9th of August. So actually, we're not that far away, really, aren't we? Look at the fixtures. Yeah, I remember this game. You didn't play pre-season friendlies, did you? You were just sort of assumed as being fit. Yeah, so it's not a bad start to the season, to be honest. Southampton away, Leicester at home, Everton away. Yeah, probably some good games there. Spurs at home, Wimbledon away, Palace at home, West Ham at home, Leeds away, Coventry at home. Yeah, that's pretty decent, isn't it? Because we don't really come across any of the big boys until October. And then we've got Liverpool, Arsenal. As I say, Chelsea weren't the team that they were then. Villa were obviously a very good team. And we've got United. Yeah. So let's move on. Ooh, he's agreed to discuss. What does he want? 7-year contract, absolutely. We'll bite your hands off. Always just double check there's no can be released for like £10 or something. Alex Martin, McDonald, 1,000, 6 years. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yes. Get in through the door. Lockers. You know, it's a 4-year. Yeah, you can have 5 lockers. Backbone of my team for years to come. Neil Warnock back in work at Bristol City. Here is the man, the myth, the legend. Alex Martin, 6 years. He doesn't want anything too taxing. Billy's here. Got old Billy's through the door. Oh! You've reached the maximum squad size of 32 players. Oh no. We have to go back for them, aren't we? Right, so we need to move some players out. So hopefully we start getting some people through the door, people out the door. We need some offers coming in. Obviously in this version you didn't really have the offers to clubs trying to sort of drum up business. You were literally putting them on the transfer list, and then you were hoping and waiting for someone to come in and take them off your hands, really. What we could do is has he got some interest in him? Dundalk, Watford, and okay, cool. I'm quite happy for Atherton to go, to be honest. You can't really click on that, can you? Celtic, good move for you, that Athers. I'm going to give you a transfer. Happy for you to go out the door. Nico Cambiaso, Rudy, Jim Magilton's another one as well. I'm happy to sort of move out. Now we're bringing in obviously the players in his position. There's no need for him to be here. Graham Hyde's another one as well, who's just not going to get in the team or even get close. And we may as well just try and cash in, bring a bit of cash through the door, get that wage budget down as well. I can imagine it's going to be quite high if we've already got 32 players. Probably what led to the financial mismanagement at Sheffield Wednesday. Bobby Gould to go. Well done, Chelsea. Manchester United 2-1. Let's have a look. Gianfranco Zola. Got Hughesy. Oh, do you think that was a bit of a bust up? Could have been a bit of a fracas, as they say. Match incidents. Oh no, different times. So they must have given the penalty away, and obviously then Zola stuck it away. So yeah, United took the early lead. That United team. Cleggy was, is it Curtis? It might have been Curtis, I think it was the quality man you play. But yeah, looked like they've sort of, who's Musto? Neil Musto, okay. Looks like a lot of their players are sort of away on international duty or something, because they've sort of played quite a reserve team in most places, whereas I think that was pretty much Chelsea's first choice team. That's when they were really starting to bring in the foreign imports. Dan Petrescu, ex-Wednesday, there as well. So yeah, Leboeuf, Poirier, Hullet, Viali, Flo. Yeah, Chelsea were just starting to grow as a team now. Pretty much started by Glenn Hoddle, I think. Darren Eady, yeah, again, he was a bit of a superstar. Right, okay. So, let's have a look. Anyone else interested in Carbone? Sampdoria, Villa, and Parma. Okay. Exchange. Any players that want to come? Oh, Fabio Cannavaro. Again, we all know what he went on to do. You just never know how they rated him in this game. He's an Italian international. 16 stamina, heading. He was only small, wasn't he, Cannavaro? For a centre half. He was quality. I think he's a former Ballon d'Or winner as well. So, yeah, there's him. Sensini as well. Yeah, Argentina. Remember him from France 98. I think it was him that Michael Owen turned inside out for that goal. Again, his stats are pretty impressive, but he's going to be 31, isn't he, in sort of 2 months' time, and not really what we're looking for. Zé Maria, Brazilian. Yeah, I remember him. We've got Blondo as well in there, so Adilton. He's got some good stats, hasn't he? Maybe he might be worth bringing in, to be honest. Right, let's see if we can get. Can we get? Okay. I think we do. How do we do the exchange? Do you have to click on them somehow? Oh, I think I clicked this down. That's it. Yeah. And then I'll have a deal to as well. Whoops! I need to click exchange again. Add a Diddleton in there, but I do want some more cash, to be honest. I'll have some more cash. 3.25. Go on then. We'll accept that. Villa's offered 6.5. Who are they offering? Anyone exciting in exchange? No. Alan Wright, Gary Charles. No one really who's going to sort of interest us. I don't think we're sort of thinking there. I'm going to refuse that because I'd rather him go to Parma, be out of the league, and get those players in as well. So it's time for the first game of the new season. So we'll play that, and it's probably a good place to leave this first video. So we're going to play this game, see how we get on. Obviously, we've got a couple of new players, haven't we? So we need to look at tactics. So let's have a little look at this now. So we are going to change it ever so slightly. So I'm going to put Tommy Svinder Larson in for Peter Rudy. Carbone is off. I am going to change that slightly. So Billy McDonald is here as well. So I'm going to bring Billy in. In fact, I'm going to give Tommy the 8. Very particular about numbers. I'm very old school. 4 I see more as a defensive time midfielder. Pembo on the left. Canio on the right. Hursty and Booth up front. I'm going to put Matt Clark as the reserve goalkeeper. I'm going to put as the lead defender on the bench. I'm going to put John Newsom, always reliable. Probably need some midfielders on there. I'm going to put Rudy, and then probably a couple of attacking players. So I'm going to go with Scott Oakes, who's very versatile, covers a lot of positions, and then I'm going to go with Richie Humphries as well. Not going to put Cambiasso in just yet. Obviously, we've always got to think of these as Cambiasso as then, not the man that we actually know now. So let me just change this slightly. So Canio will go there. Tommy Svinder Larson there. Oh, I want you running backwards. Tommy, you can run into there. Yeah, and then we'll push the fullbacks up as well. Cool. Okay, love it. Yeah, I think we're happy with that. Should we go in, dive in, see the first game of the season? Oh, I forgot my captain. No, I don't want him as captain. So is that's there, isn't it? So I'm going to make Des Walker my captain. Free kicks, I'm going to give Tommy. There's going to be on penalties, Pembo on there. Yep, I'm happy with that. Cool. Yep, let's dive in now then. Go ahead and play a match. Off we go. Kick off. Let's have a look. Southampton away. Is this at the old Dell as well? It is, isn't it? Yeah, the old tight Dell ground. I remember that. Early corner for Southampton. Barry Venison. Again, he's a blast from the past, isn't he? Oh, good save, press. Big Kev there. Another corner though for us to defend. It's early pressure from Southampton. Yeah, but we get that one away. So, yeah. Oh, Richardson can't. Oh, he already can't handle the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Svindal Larsen. And he got him booked. Go on, deep. Paolo. Oh, Tommy's off. Thirsty. Ooh, tips over the bar. First corner for the Owls this season. Pembo on it now, isn't it? Can we get the boys forward? Remember Klaus Lunderbaum? He's a good centre half. Oh, Hurst with a vicious strike. He could absolutely smash a ball, David Hurst. Absolutely. Another corner. Just starting to get on top, aren't we now? Which is good. Oh, suicidal back pass. Oh, Hursty has 3 chances now, and he's saved every one. Taylor. Another corner for us, though. I'm happy so far. I think we are starting to obviously dominate possession, creating chances, which is always a good thing to see. We can watch Egglestonstadt as well, can't we? Because we're interested in him and he wants to leave. It's a silly free kick though there, isn't it? Well, Billy's Gav on his debut with a booking. He's got to get used to coming from Scottish football into the Premier League. Probably a Scottish Championship as well. I don't think they were in the Premier, the SPL, or whatever it was called then. Looping cross, go on Hurst, get in! 1-0 the Owls. David Hurst, who actually this season I think actually went on side for Southampton. But yeah, Hursty with the first goal of the season. Good. Let's hope we see the old David Hurst back. That'd be nice. Oh dear. Oh no. Oof, he's at the oh. Well, Ostenstadt, yeah. We are watching him. He's followed that in. Oh, well, we enjoyed that. It was 3 minutes. We may have even been top of the table briefly. Come on, Southampton have really got back into this game now and taken control. Boothie, Hursty. Ooh, Hurst's been a real handful, hasn't he, so far? For us. Pembo's corner. Boothie. Oh, that was his threat, wasn't it, Andy Booth? Aerial. Oh, Paolo, what are you doing? Francis Benali. I haven't heard Letizia mentioned yet. I know he's obviously on the bench. I wonder whether he's there. Lee Todd takes the free kick. Benali's getting some stick, isn't he? So it makes me wonder whether Letitia's not. Oh, what are you doing, Billy? You could be sent off here. Where's not give it? Oh, wow. Okay, thanks, ref. Oof. I think we take that, don't we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no Letizia in their team, isn't there? Yeah. Carlton Palmer, ex-Wednesday on there. Tommy with an 8, Hursty's 7. Yeah, a few more struggling. Billy's struggling, isn't he? Give it another 10 minutes, I think, after half time. Yeah, we're just shading it, I think. We've had plenty of corners, a bit more shots, a bit more possession. Yeah, I'm happy so far, so let's go in. See how we get on second half. Oh, well, that was a cracking start to the second half, wasn't it? Great. 14,677. Dodge for London. Well, that's an interesting one. Don't mind that. Well, I thought was their best defender. Oh, God. What's up with us at the moment in time? Every 2 minutes we're giving free kicks away. Hursty's got a yellow card now. Sort of lost control of this game, haven't we, in the last 20 minutes or so? Maybe it is time to make a change, I think. Oh, we're not too late. Oh. To Canio. Boothie! Oh. Right. Let's drop into the tactics. Yeah, I think we'll bring Billy off. I'll bring Peter Rudy into there, to that midfield role. I'm going to take off the defensive side of things. Keep my Nolan a bit further back, let Blondo go forward. Boothie's not done anything yet, so I'm going to bring on Richie Humphries as well. See how he gets on. So yeah, let's make those subs, see how that goes. Come on, we've got to get back into this game, haven't we? Got another free kick away. I don't know how many free kicks we've given away in and around our box. Don't know who Lee Todd is, but okay, cool. Time for us to have a free kick. See if we can do anything with this. Venison's showing a yellow card as well. Go on, Paolo. Oh, I take it game to nothing. Okay, we're going to start chasing the game soon, aren't we? We might have to think about using the last sub and sort of changing up a little bit. What we got? 15 minutes left. Yeah, probably going to have to, I think. So what we'll probably do is, what I might do is stick the Canio up top with Humphreys and Hurst. Might push Blondo further forward. Nolan further forward as well. And then I'm going to get Tommy into that little half space there. Push him forward. And then, yeah, just make a bit of a tweak here. I think we'll probably bring Scott Oakes on. Oh no, yeah, Scott Oakes for Pembridge, I think. Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm doing that for. I can tell it's a long time since I played this game, so forgive me. There you go. I'll pick it up eventually. Okay, last, what we got, 20 minutes, 15 minutes left maybe, with injury time. Can we get that equaliser? Hopefully we start creating some chances at least. Oh, big Carlton's coming on next Wednesday, man. They are really shutting up shop, aren't they now? Oh no, maybe not. Oh, he's at the bar. Oh, Carlton against the old club, Bush Wide. Come on, boys. Let's at least create one chance. Here we go. Come on. Free kick. Let's do something special with this. Although Di Canio, I don't think he's done anything with any free kicks so far. There you go. And he hasn't. And full time. Well, what a cracking start that was to the season. Ah, dear. Same old Wednesday. Yeah, second half we just weren't in the game at all, were we really? That's a real shame. Pembridge struggled, Boothie struggled. Yeah. Rudy made a small impact when he came on. Billy McDonald struggled in that role. Yeah, plenty to think about going into that. So let's just see if Carbone goes. Oh, we've got some international players being called up, which is always nice to see. Obviously doing something right. Just want to see if Carbone is going to go before we end this video. See whether we get Fabio Cannavaro through the door, which on paper is a sort of save. If you look at this, it sort of says Cannavaro and Cambiasso will be quality signings. I'm happy with that. That's fine. No problems. The Dealton as well. Again, I'm happy with that. That's no problems at all. Will we get this deal done? Yes, let's save. In fact, we're going to finish there, boys, and girls. We're going to finish there. It's a good time. We're going to play Leicester City next. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed it, actually, playing the game again. Something I'm just going to carry on doing. Anything that you think I should be looking at, any players you think I should be looking to sign, please stick them in the chat, comment, like, subscribe for more content like this. It won't just be about Championship Manager. I'll be doing things around FIFA, Sensible World of Soccer, Football Manager, all those different types of games, as sort of say the retro footy games from the 90s and the noughties that I grew up with, and a lot of you probably grew up with as well, or even younger people who are just starting to get into retro gaming, which is a fantastic space to sort of be in. So yeah, until next time, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.